Welcome to RareX, the one and only place where the strangest stories and rarest images come to life. Today we'll dive into some of the most mind-boggling tales of time travel, mysterious discoveries, and things that just don't add up. Get ready for a journey through the unknown. In 1971, scientists Hafele and Keating conducted a groundbreaking experiment involving atomic clocks aboard commercial airplanes flying around the world. The purpose of this experiment was to observe time dilation, the difference in the passage of time due to the effects of speed and gravity. When the planes returned, the scientists compared the clocks on the plane with identical clocks placed on the ground. These atomic clocks were the core of the experiment. They were incredibly precise, allowing scientists to test Einstein's theory of time dilation. In this image, you can see Hafele and Keating preparing the clocks, setting up for a world-changing experiment that would later prove that time is not absolute and that it can be affected by speed and gravity. The atomic clocks were carefully installed on the commercial airplanes used in the experiment, ensuring precision during the flight around the world. When the planes returned, the scientists compared the clocks from the airplane with those kept on the ground. The result was shocking. The clocks aboard the plane showed that time had passed differently due to the high speeds of the plane and the effects of gravity at higher altitudes. After the experiment, Hafele and Keating analyzed the data. This was the moment when they confirmed that Einstein's theory of relativity was real. Time behaves differently at different speeds, and the effects of gravity and speed are real. This diagram explains time dilation visually, showing how the faster you travel and the higher the gravitational field you're in, the slower time passes relative to someone in a different location, confirming Einstein's theory. The planes flew across the globe to gather data for the experiment. The long distances traveled were essential to observing the time changes caused by speed and gravity. Here's a detailed view of one of the atomic clocks used in the experiment. These clocks were so precise that they could measure the slightest changes in time, allowing the scientists to observe the effects of relativity. This image represents Einstein's theory of relativity, showing how time bends in different conditions like speed and gravity. It helps visualize the phenomenon observed in the Hafele Keating experiment. Now that we've explored how time can bend, let's dive into some other strange occurrences that might make you question reality even more. In 2008, archaeologists in China uncovered a 400-year-old tomb with a Swiss watch stopped at 10:06. The strange part? This type of watch didn't exist 400 years ago. Could it have been left by a time traveler just before the tomb was sealed? Some believe it, while others think it's photoshopped. In 1955, astronomer and UFO enthusiast Morris K. Jessup claimed that the USS Eldridge DE-173, a destroyer escort, was made invisible, teleported to New York, and even sent to another dimension where it encountered aliens. The ship allegedly traveled through time, leading to the death of several sailors, some of whom were fused with the hull. Jessup dismissed the claims as the work of a crackpot. This photo appeared on the Virtual Museum of Canada's website, showing the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia in the early 1940s. However, if you look closely at the back row, there's a man who seems out of place. He's not wearing a hat, dressed like today's men with long, messy hair, sunglasses, and a shirt with a printed logo. Things not seen back then. Could this be another strange time travel mystery? This photo is from 1938. But what's surprising is the woman in the picture. A woman steps forward claiming that the person in the photo is her 17-year-old grandmother working at DuPont. She was given a wireless phone to test for a week, even though this technology wasn't available at the time. This painting from the 1800s shows a man taking a CD out of a box. Since CDs weren't invented until the 1980s, many believe this man time traveled from the future to show off the invention. However, critics argue that the box is just a typical box with a glass cover, and the top of the box is resting on the man's chest. In 2011, photos from the 1800s were put up for sale on eBay. The men in the photos looked identical to John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Many believe the seller altered the photos to grab attention and increase the price. And that's a wrap for today's strange stories. Are they just coincidences, or is there something more? Stay curious, keep questioning, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more mysteries uncovered by Rare X.